On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Monday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So now the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. In the morning, I'm pretty sure that some of the regular ones and ones them out there, yard and abroad, are prepare for go watch the solar eclipse. So pretty much just like how you buy special glasses for watch the solar eclipse. Same so, the regular ones and ones them in our dearly beloved island home Jamaica need to put on the eyes of the corner boys. Yeah man, and watch head back every single second of every single day. Because as always, my peeps, I've stated this over and over again. Look out on the corner eye, because what? The old dirty corner boy them always out there, lurks. So be prepared for them in a similar fashion as you are for watch the solar eclipse. So that the morning, my peeps, we're going to revisit the knockings and clappings that took place Friday night, going on into the wee hours of Saturday morning, of this brother here presently on your screen identified as Andre Kemps Wilson, but more popularly known in the Top Jungle community of Havana as Mario, and some may call him Super Mario. Now, Super Mario is a resident of the Havana community, the part known as Scheme 6. He was deported from the land of opportunity over there in Uncle Sam about 5 years ago. So of course him go foreign, get himself mixed up in a folly and drop back at Jamaica. But ever since Mario dropped back at Jamaica, him start to walk a certain path. A path of enlightenment and encouragement, but still had deep-rooted connections with the criminal underworld nonetheless. Now Mario is most definitely seen as a giver, seen as an encourager, seen as what we would say a good example in the community. But Mario still had connections with certain members of the criminal underworld. Now the connections that him have may not have ill intentions, but because he was of a certain life, him still have the link and connection there, and probably because that set a criminal underworld, him and them grew up from back in the days, so he know them like that. Now, a particular criminal element who's presently behind bars, and Mario have a little link, a little contact. Now, the man and man them in the place, not like that, because it is said that that certain criminal element we're speaking about 90 or their prison want to take over the place a certain type of way, and some of the man them is with it and some is opposing it. So it is said that Mario's life was taken simply because him have a connection with that particular criminal element who is presently behind bars. Some are stating that mind games play with that criminal element behind bars, and is that same criminal element use his goons to slap a Super Mario. Whilst some are stating that is the criminal elements who is against that particular incarcerated criminal do the dirt pan Super Mario under Sykes and program some man to do it. So it's a whole mix-up type of thing. You don't know in the criminal underworld, there is most definitely no loyalty among thieves. And Super Mario fell victim to that. Now on the Spot News Media, making his checks, doing his research, putting him ears on the ground, came up with two names that are said to be two of the main triggermen that took the life of Super Mario. Now this one presently on your screen was featured by On The Spot News Media some months ago, I think, sometime in late 2023, when I did a vlog on wanted criminal elements in the general top jungle era of the Kingston Western Police Division. So this criminal element was featured in this vlog presently on your screen, and he has since been identified as Romario Barrett, aka Papa, and also his criminal accomplice presently on your screen, identified only by his alias as Chin. Now, these two criminal elements were said to be the main trigger men that took the life of Super Mario. So as I stated in my peeps, whole heap of mix up. I go on in this thing here. And whole heap of mind games them I play. Yeah man. So anyway, make we continue. Now reports just coming in to On The Spot News Media is that a reprisal knockings and clappings for Super Mario took place over there in the Havana community in the wee hours of this morning, sometime around 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. in that time period. Now the man presently on your screen identified as Tommy was taken out in a hail of bullets inside his home. It is said that his door was kicked in and he was taken out in a hail of bullets by criminal elements said to be aligned to that of William Lane in the Kingston Western Police Division. It is said that Mario was also loved by persons far and wide, hence the reason for that particular reprisal. No information surrounding the knockings and clappings of Tommy is presently sketchy at this time, but On The Spot News Media will most definitely give you an update as to the real reason behind the knockings and clappings of Tommy. Just remember, my peeps, mind games them I play. Yeah man. Now over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled Clarendon Police Division, this Jamalco supervisor lost his life on Friday night. The deceased man has since been identified as Harry Hawthorne, a supervisor at Jamalco and also a resident of Glenhaven Close in Maypen, Clarendon. So the official police reports would suggest that sometime around 8 p.m. Friday night, Harry Hawthorne and a female was sitting inside a bar when a vehicle drove up and explosions were heard. On The Spot News Media was reliably informed that 3 armed criminal elements, all wearing masks, subsequently entered the bar and opened gunfire, hitting Harry and the woman. The police stated that the men left the premises, but one of the criminal elements returned and fired another single can into the head of the injured Harry Hawthorne, leaving him lifeless, same place on the spot, and then headed into the waiting motor vehicle and made good their escape. The bartender on the scene who was assisting the victims reportedly escaped unhurt. The police were summoned and Harry Hawthorne and the woman was taken to the hospital where Harry was pronounced you know what. Up to March 31st of this year, a total of 18 Jamaicans lost their lives to the hands of criminal elements in the Clarendon Police Division. Now we are going to move on over there in the most murderous police division, that's the St. James Police Division, where on April 4th, the police carried out a joint police military operation in the community of Mount Salem where they recovered these 2 assault rifles. Now, during that operation, this criminal element here, a known top knockers and clappies that reps for the Broken-led KDF gang in Mount Salem, was arrested and charged in relation to that magnificent find by the police and soldiers. I also made mention in previous vlogs that this criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as Ratty, was in this video parading around with one of the very same rifles that was recovered by the police in that operation in Mount Salem, St. James. This criminal element here has since been identified as the brother of Grim, known as Ratty. Now Grim, who is presently behind bars, has a right-hand man, a whole knockis and clappis that has been wreaking havoc in the St. James space for quite some time. And you know the thing is, that is now sadly becoming a common notion right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. These criminal elements continue to wreak havoc and go before the courts and are granted bail and are back in our streets, doing pretty much the same things. Now the criminal element presently on your screen is who I'm making reference to. And he has since been identified as Kajim in the criminal underworld. Now Kajim is presently on bail for knockings and clappings that has resulted in the loss of life of some people. So he's presently out on bail doing the very same things that he went to jail for in the first place. He was, however, recently released from custody not too long ago. So I have a video, but that video is not YouTube friendly, so I will see if I can post it on Instagram so you all can go over there and see for yourself what I'm speaking about. But I did some screenshots just to show you, the YouTubers, of what the reality is when the judges give these criminal elements bail. Now on your screen, Kajim is in the white, holding a firearm, firing shots in the air, apparently celebrating something or saluting a deceased person, whomever, whatever the case may be, but they were firing shots in the air. And the one identified as Ratty that I spoke about not too long ago in that video with the rifle in the background, that's Grim's brother, is also seen in that video wearing the red. So when you go over the page that's On The Spot News Media 876 on Instagram and watch that video, you will see in full of what I just spoke about. So these criminal elements, my peeps, continues to wreak havoc into the lives of our citizens. And it is full time we, the citizens of this great nation, take it to these criminal elements. Because whether you want to believe it or not, my peeps, regardless of how wicked and brutal some of these eras are, is just a handful of criminal elements that holds an entire community hostage. Good, decent, law-abiding citizens outnumber criminal elements any day. No matter how violent a community, parish, area, scheme, street may seem, the good, decent, law-abiding citizens outnumbers the criminal elements any given day. So it's full time now. We stand up and take back our communities from these criminal elements. Full time. We are living in an age of technology. So you don't necessarily have to put your life at risk or in harm's way to give the much needed information on these criminal elements. You can give your information anonymously to Crime Stop. You can give your information anonymously to like-minded vloggers like myself who will pass on these informations to the relevant authorities with a hope and view that effective change will happen. It takes you listening to make the first step. Put aside this infirm of a dead mentality and know say, now we are living in an age where you have to start in farm for live. Yeah, man. Literally so. So my peeps, really sit back sometimes and think about this. Think about it. Do not sit and wait on the next person to make the first move. It should start with you. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.